Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening. Welcome to
Hi. Okay. Okay. Welcome to Occupy Everything. With your host, Jay Larson, which I am, and with Sonic and Steve Gaddafi helping with the machinery and taking calls and stuff. Why I began the group was basically to get people used to using their 5D bodies. What we're working into the collective is because that's where the basic everything happens. All the rules are created in the collective unconscious. So what we do is try to make the collective conscious and then utilize it with our 5D bodies to create the world we want. So this is where the New World Order tries to do it with programming on TV, creating things so that it'll create limits and fear to sort of jump outside the box. So we're going to jump further outside the box today and put something into the collective that will stifle their plans a little bit. What we have planned for tonight's meditation exercise is that we're going to create what's called a Tupa. It is an artificial entity, and you can program these artificial entities to do almost anything. As a child, I had one. I created my own, and it was it had physical substance, but mine was invisible. But you can make them physical where they can actually move objects and all kinds of things. What we're going to do is create a group type Tupa, which is known as a gesalt. And how we're going to do this is that we're going to go into the collective and energize ourselves in the love vibration in the 5D bodies. Then what we're going to do is merge our energies and create these entities to help protect people from aggression that is caused by these governments. What it should do, if it obtains enough energy, is possibly even stop wars. So what we're going to do after we create the entity is to tie it into the collective, because everyone has a desire for peace, or at least the 99% do. And with that, we will make it strong enough to keep them from with their nefarious plans. So right now, we're going to take about a 10-minute answer and question session. If you want to call in, the guest call-in number is 347-205-9657, and we will take your questions before we begin the meditation. That'll give people time to get in the chat room or be able to get into a place where they can listen to the show. So before we start the meditation.
That means hasn't been taught the truth all possibilities.
Creative inspiration and imagination within.
And now we realize that it's just a big part of awakening and awakening other people.
Or many paths that lead to truths that will free us. Creative inspiration and imagination within. Creative inspiration and imagination within.
Beyond all possibilities. Beyond all possibilities. Intentionality. The principles of
That was White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, I think. Was it not?
Yes, it was. It's an absolute classic.
Yeah. So we, okay, well, maybe we should ask some questions, Steve. How long?
What's going to happen? Are you going to read? Do we have to read along to the?
No.
No. Okay.
I just gave it to you to show you what basically the meditation will take format.
Yeah, I mean, I've read this a bunch of times. It's the same one that I've had before, yeah.
So, Jay, how long have you been personally practicing this?
Just about as long as you guys have.
Okay.
Just come to me and I just wrote it down and sent it off. You know.
Okay.
We've got a caller, so should I bring them in?
Yeah.
5731. You're on the Occupy Everything, Jay?
Yeah.
Hello?
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 Yep. You're on.
You're on. Any questions?
Yeah, Jay, the Steve Sign guy from Heaven. How do I get to the page on Skype where I can just call in on Skype?
Okay.
You just connect to your you go to the Blog Talk and there's a little Skype button. All you do is push it and we add you to the conversation is all.
I'll send you.
Okay, but I think I said I had to pay to call that number.
No, it's okay. I'll send you the link.
Send you the link, Steve, yeah?
Because I'm looking right here on your Occupy Everything, but I don't.
There's
I got Blog Talk video, Steve.
Right where the phone number is the Skype button. All you do is click that. It'll bring up another page, which means you got to shut off the sound. The sound to the. It shuts off the sound to the blog page, and we can connect you from there.
Okay. I've sent you the link, Steve, on Skype. So if you go to that page there, now the show's live, there'll be a Skype button. If you just press that, and it'll stop. It'll ask you to stop it'll stop the record. You listening to the show from that page. Yeah.
You sent the link to my Skype page right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just tap that one.
Okay.
Carry on, Jay.
Okay. I got to add him as a contact.
No.
He calls the show. You call the show, Jay.
Okay. It automatically comes on now.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Basically, everything deals with the imagination. Whatever you can imagine, you can create. I got the idea to create it because no one actually ever dwelled too much into the collective unconscious because that's what they considered was unconscious. But you can go anywhere and make it conscious. And by making it conscious gives you control because all the rules of this planet are made through the subconscious agreement in the collective that certain rules will exist. But by making people aware of the collective, you can change the rules. So that's why I developed this 5D meditation into the collective.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to give it a lot more power and focus, yeah?
Yeah, and I doubt if they can seriously affect the collective too much from that point. What they depend on mostly is television programming and all those weird programming type things to try to program your subconscious. But if you make those areas conscious, then they can't do the programming out to me. Mm-hmm. So we make areas that were previously unconscious conscious, and we help bolster from the inside people. So as the rest of our crew, so to speak, works on the outside, we're attacking the problem, so to speak, from both directions. So we can help initiate awareness into things and make this new paradigm come into being much quicker and less painful.
Sounds like a plan, man.
It's like a good plan, yeah. How you getting on, Steve? Are you,
Steve?
Steve, the sign guy from
Yeah.
Are you still
You still on?
Because you're still on the line. You're still seeing the money, mate. With this number, yeah.
I still don't see nothing on my Skype page, to connect to the group or the thing.
Right.
Well, I show my host number active, my personal number.
Yeah, well, I know in Central Community, I was able to get to where's the Blog Talk page. Yeah, what? That's on blog or what?
Yeah, that's what this is on the Blog Talk page. But it's a different Blog Talk page. It's the 13th.
Steve, if you should have got a message from Sonic, myself, with a link. Have you got that?
Yeah, you're talking about on my Skype page. I got my contacts over here. Where would the link be? Oh, I got to click on your name, right, the Sonic?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a message there.
If you go to there, and then
okay, I got it, I think, yeah, okay.
Excellent, okay.
I think, I don't know. Still learning this stuff.
Yeah.
And we all. This is Type 1 Radio.
And it's about time for. Let's go to a smoke break real quick, then we'll start the meditation.
Okay. Okay, we'll have a little. What about Simple Man? That's quite.
Beyond all intentionality.
The principles of dying.
Yeah. We're all back.
That was Leonard Skinner, by the way. Simple Man.
Excellent.
Did you know that, Sonic?
Yeah. I didn't know it was Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're almost ready to begin. Okay, here we go. Okay, now relax and get comfortable. Focus on your heart chakra and feel love. Focus on the vibration of love. Move your awareness 4 inches up and 4 inches forward, your heart chakra. This is your 5D chakra. There is only one chakra in the 5D. The vibration of love is a state where you reach non-judgment. It is unconditional love. With it comes acknowledgement of persons as beings of light first. Now relax. Take a deep breath and visualize a golden light coming in your 5D chakra as you inhale. And as you exhale, this energy expands through your energetic body, through your emotional body, physical body, invigorating your being. Inhale again and feel the vibrations raising you in frequency. Exhale, letting the energy expand outward from your being. Now focus that we're all divine beings, fearless and all-powerful. Now gather and pulse this energy in rings of waves like an energy tsunami. Take a breath, pulse again, and let these waves move through time and space, enveloping everything and everyone. Keep pulsing these waves of energy with intent of that we're all divine beings, fearless and powerful, until the waves return. As the waves return, you will notice billions of bright, tiny filaments connecting you to everyone and everything in the collective. You will see these filaments that you connect you. Everyone is doing this meditation, past, present, and future. Merge these lines together. As you do, you will feel them inside yourself, no longer separate. All that are now into the state are combining these filaments of the people that are meditating and the people that will meditate in the future. All this meditation will be brought to the now. And when you combine all these filaments, you're combining each one together. Now visualize two beings about 14 feet in height, one male and one female, dressed in Greco-Roman style like archetypes of gods and goddesses. Pour your life force into them, giving them life, charging them with the duty of protecting all forms on the earth and the earth from aggression. Give them the power to daze and stun anyone who tries to harm another. Now relax. Breathe in. And as you breathe in, the golden light enters your heart and 5D chakras. As you exhale, this time, the beings you have created, producing a conduit of energy from your higher self into these beings, filling them with love and purpose. They begin to take on a glow, a bright, brilliant white light, able to accomplish the task set before them. Now feel love and gratitude for the Creator and for these entities that you have created. And now, explore. Create and go and see anyone you want to while you're free in the 5D. Okay, everybody, slowly raise back up, come to the surface, and shake out your body. Hello, Stefan.
Hey, man, yeah, I think I finally got it here.
Yeah, I pulled you up when I seen you trying. I pulled you out of my list and brought you up.
Well, thanks for bringing me up, man. I don't want to be down today.
Okay. Anybody have any questions, or is there any questions in the chat room? Any experiences?
was going deep.
Yeah, I was going pretty deep there myself.
And
I was getting some nice sort of golden wave-like pulses.
yes, that's what they were.
The pulse was sort of close to my eye, was bigger, and it had a tail off it, which kind of waved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was going from right to left.
Well, that was the pulse that was coming back. That was the pulse that was coming back from you.
Right.
That's the pulse you sent out when it came back.
Yeah, that was going deep into where I was going to go for a journey.
Yeah, that's where you get the filaments and stuff show up easy, and you can connect to anyone. See, you can, when you're in a state like that, after you do that pulse, what that pulse does is allow you to see all filaments.
Right.
And you can even pull a filament of one of your friends that way, and send them a telepathic message easier.
Okay. Right,
or you could get them to call you by
I didn't.
line.
I thought I was looking for something else when you said the filaments, but obviously what I saw was the wire, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, the little wires that you've seen.
Yeah.
They're usually, in most people, they're reddish in color because most people are thinking on the survival frequency, and fear, which is generally lower, and it runs around the red spectrum. But in the higher beings, they'll run almost any color. We want to get those filaments eventually all to either gold or a whitish color.
Mine were gold and white and blue.
Yeah, that's the ones you probably connected with when we were reading the enity.
I would have put it then.
Yeah, well, I usually go about 80 to 100 miles above the planet when I'm doing this. It seems just to put me out into space, but where I can see the world.
I pulsed. Well, there was pulse in there. The world got really tiny, and then sort of all past, present, and future sort of became one there.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite cool.
Mine were big and they were waving, going up and down in front of my eyes, and with tails coming off it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like a big ball of energy, and the top then going off. Yeah. So.
And we'll be with this vocal. It'll make it easier for people to get into a deeper state and to practice, because then you don't have to worry about what you're doing. You can just sort of go with it and go and allow yourself to follow the guidance.
And we'll never know what the filaments are. It made it a lot easier. Because I've never done that before. When I've meditated before, I've always saw things in my at the top of my head almost. Mm-hmm. But this was like lower. It was like I couldn't actually visualize the gold light coming to my fifth chakra.
It don't matter. It still does.
I could think but what happened was after when you said to concentrate on the pulses, it started waving then.
Yeah.
Almost like is it where your crown chakra is?
Yeah.
It's almost coming from up there, sort of thing, but seemingly lower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when you go 4 inches out and 4 inches up, I'm kind of holding my hand just below my chin right now. Is that where it should be concentrated?
Well, it's about halfway from the throat to the heart chakra, but out about 4 inches.
Yeah, about out 4 inches. Yeah, so it's almost like you're cusping your hands just over your just below your chin.
When you put your hands together to pray.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, but
that position
over to the left slightly.
When you hold your hands together, your palms touching, you're actually enclosing that 5D chakra.
Okay, right. Well, I've got my fingers locked together and not sort of semi-clasped, but my palms are apart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just off to my left, slightly.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's where the pulse was ending.
Mm-hmm.
It was sort of starting at the side of my right-hand side of my eye and waving, undulating down to that. It's quite profound, eh?
Yeah, and very easy.
Very easy, yeah.
Because we are 5D beings to begin with.
Sure, but these two, the male and female entities, I got that quite strong as well. They were standing on sort of pillars almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, standing on a plinth, and it was like telling a Troy sort of classic sort of visualization I had. Yeah. Yeah.
The helmet on.
Well, they don't have the helmet on, exactly. Well, the female didn't have a helmet on, but the other guy, the guy did. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was laurel wreaths or a helmet, but it was certainly some kind of headwear. And the female had the sort of, like the beginning of the Columbia movies, when that sort of like her. Yeah. But not with a hand up. She had a hand to her side. Mm-hmm. As did the male guy. They weren't doing it. They weren't doing any actions, so to speak.
Well, because basically all the actions that they do in protection are mental. They just block the people mentally from doing any harm.
Yeah.
They're not there to harm.
Statues, yeah.
Yeah. But they should make an impression if anyone starts any aggression and they appear, it'll cause sort of what you call a paradigm shock, so to speak.
I mean, I was kind of wandering off into them maybe physically stopping something as well. Was that wrong? Was that
it will stop. It will stop them from harming the earth too. I also put that in there.
Yeah, but not with aggression, surely, though.
Yeah.
Not
what do you call when they're essentially fracking?
Okay.
That's aggression, if you ask me, because you're not.
So fire. Isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's aggressive towards the earth and all the people around there. It's poisoning the water. So that's aggression in my book.
But do our entities act aggressively to stop their aggression?
No, they don't need to. All they got to do is when the person thinks of aggression, they act. What they can do, and what they do, they basically daze or stun. People have the ability not to think, so to speak. They'll be in a daze. They won't know what's going on. So they won't remember what they were planning on doing or anything else.
Right.
I can sort of feel them actually.
Well, they're around us now.
Yeah.
See, we support them with love.
Okay.
They live off of love, not off of fear.
Before when I was imagining or I was forming them, they didn't quite form fully. Mm-hmm. And I still feel like they were forming when other parts of the meditation were continuing on. Yeah. They continue to form. But you got to remember they're forming from past, present, and future. Right. But when I was filling them up with light, I was wondering if that was a problem to sort of, let them fully form first before you can fill them with light.
Well, we should be, we can fill with light all the time in love. Mm-hmm. That'll make them stronger and they'll be able to materialize easier.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Right, you've got Rita. Rita's on the line. Should we bring her on?
Yeah, well, I'll bring her up.
Yeah, she is. Rita?
Hey, Jay.
Hey.
Pozniak. Who else is in there?
We got Steve, this Evan Sign guy, and Sonic, and Steve Gaddafi.
Hello.
Hello. Well, Jay, I've never meditated before. So this is my first time, and I didn't think I could do it. Remember I told you, I said, I'll try, but it's not going to happen. I didn't see quite what you guys saw. It was weird. I was trying to picture a Greek god and goddess, but it wouldn't show up. I kept having Anubis.
Yeah.
It was Anubis, and I can't think of which goddess it was, the Egyptian, but I couldn't get Greek in my head. But it was Anubis, and he had the head collar of a dog. And
Anubis was the Egyptian archetype for protection.
Yeah, wow. That's strange. I didn't get the Roman. I must have a connection with, somehow I feel I have a connection with Egypt. But Anubis showed up. And that's who I seen. And the whole world was a beehive. It was like a beehive, a yellow bright beehive was enclosed in the whole world. And at the end, when you were like, breathe, at the end when you were telling us to breathe, I felt the wave come from my stomach all the way up. It gave me the chills. And it had such an effect, I became lightheaded. Did anybody else?
I got a little lightheaded as well. Yeah, I did.
Well, that's the increase in vibration.
I wonder if anybody else had seen Anubis. I was trying to look for the Greek god, but it wouldn't come up. It was him, and he was in fire, like he was right there in front of me.
That's the whoever presents themselves to you. That's who you visualize.
That's the one that's meant for you. See, now when they appear on Earth, who knows what form they'll choose? They'll choose the form of the people that are around that area that bring them. Now they're connected to everybody on the collective unconscious level because everybody wants peace. So when there's an aggressive act and they materialize, it will depend on what form they choose. Will depend basically on the group of people that are there.
Wow. Well, I didn't, Jay, I got to hand it to you. I really didn't believe at the beginning. I was like, meditation, that's not for me. But you made me a believer in 30 minutes or less.
Well, what I'd like to do is to build up on it a little bit. I think it's more. This is the age more for people. A female voice would be probably even more intense with meditation than my voice, only because this is a balancing time. But
also the female, I feel deeply right now. Women right now, it's powerful with the women, and it's. I'm not saying anything about the men, but I have this overwhelming effect, just like it did in the past, where the woman took Adam to get the knowledge. I feel like the women have to do this again now. I feel like it's our time. We've been pushed aside and kind of stepped on, and I think it's the time for the women to feel more self-empowered and to, take the reins. We're going to be able. We're the ones who are going to bring this to the new age. Bring new light.
That's what I have figured is for if we make a regular recording of it, I sent you a copy, and you may want to make put your own music to it, and you can. Once you got the copy, you can give guided meditations. That's all it takes.
I don't think my voice can give somebody some meditation. We have to probably find some.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's a beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
I tell you who has a very good voice. It's very soft, and I think it really promotes the age, and that's Jamie.
Jamie, yeah, definitely.
She has that soft voice.
And Tanya, if we can get, I would like to get Tanya to do it.
Or Tanya.
I've just been listening to something she's been doing with Professor Griffin. She's got a great voice.
Yeah, I think my voice is a little bit strong.
It's beautiful. Female. Powerful.
Yeah.
Gaia.
Yeah. We have another on or something?
No. We're still the same.
Okay.
Steve, the same guy from heaven. Steve?
Yeah, Steve, the sign guy from heaven here. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Steve, we're going to have this. I've already put it up, the actual transcript up on for everybody on the file thing, and this Wild Talk Radio will have a recording as well. This would be something to put on the.
Yeah, we can download it and we can put it to the podcast page on the Friends of Freeman.
This would be a thing to put on YouTube. That would cost something.
Oh yeah. We can maybe cut it. We could just cut it to the meditation.
Just pack it with some sort of picture over it, because they don't take in. They should have a site for MP3s, not just videos.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we can arrange that, Nick, can't we? Put a picture up in there.
Yeah. Just think on, we'll find some sort of nice picture or make one. I'm just thinking the power of that silence.
Yeah, that silence is horrible.
Yeah, silence was good. There was a bit of a bloop in it, though. Did you hear that? I'm in headphones.
Yeah.
And I got a big old bloop right in the middle of it, so we'll edit that out. Yeah, that can be done.
Yeah,
that might be been caused by our consciousness too.
I think it was you bleeping Steven, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because I've got it on loud headphones, loud.
Oh, okay, that could be too. But when you're doing meditations like this, anomalous effects always seem to happen. When you open the rabbit hole, anything can jump out.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, man, me and Brett had an idea for a new T-shirt, Occupy the Rabbit Hole. And
I'll buy one.
Hey, I actually put in some sub-copy. Occupy the Rabbit Hole. Calling Rabbit Car 54. Emergency SOS. Calling all rabbits above and below. Meet at sunrise at the Rabbit Hole of Truth.
That's a big T-shirt.
Well, hey, was it okay?
Oh.
I like the Occupy Rabbit Hole.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, hey, if you go to my profile, I got some great signs. It's Occupy Heaven. Within you, all around you, this is truth. And I got another one that says, now open, occupy the earth, occupy the solar system, occupy the universe. What do you think?
Yes. Make
think.
If you can make us an image, then we can stick that on the YouTube.
All you gotta do is go to my profile, man. I got the signs right there on my profile. I already made the signs. I got a sign machine.
Okay, I'll just extract one.
Photo section, Steve, yeah? Steve?
Hello, I can't hear you too good. Speak up.
Hello. Okay, right. I'm looking in your is it in your photos in your page, yeah?
Yeah, a real good-looking girl. That's my daughter. She's 29. She was born on 3/21. She's the start of the equinox. I learned that from Santos.
Where is she? Oh yeah, yeah. Babies. Am I looking at the right? Oh, what the one is to get the baby in the cowboy hat? That's your daughter.
Yeah, that's my daughter. Yeah, my daughter's roommate.
Is that you playing pool?
My twin.
No, is that you playing pool?
Oh, yeah, that's me playing pool, man. My record's like 9 racks in a row without missing. I'm a 9-ball player. I like to win, you know.
What's that bicycle outside the White House?
Sorry, what?
What's that? Is that
it
some
says
sort
Ron
of
Paul.
bicycle?
Oh, I know you guys play snooker in England, but that's a 9-ball. It's the 1 through the 9 rotation. You can make 8 balls. The other guy makes the 9 ball, and he wins. It's only one ball.
I've moved on to the next picture, which is some sort of contraption with tape players and stuff in it outside the White House. Is that correct?
Oh yeah.
What is that? So
load of like stereos and speakers. And like a lectern on the top. And
looks like it's got some handlebars on it though.
No, I think that's a light. What, next to the underneath the camera? We're digressing here.
Hey, but we're having fun, right?
Right.
Yeah. I am love and peace and joy. That's a good one.
Yeah, man.
Occupy the solar system.
Yeah.
Now open. I think. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, do your rabbit hole one. That's a real good one.
Yeah, me and Brett were talking. He came up with the Occupy the Rabbit Hole, and then that's the main copy, and then you can add like a sub copy, whatever you want to add below that, you know.
So what's God's dirt?
God's dirt, man. That's a diatomaceous earth, fossil shell flower.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's good. It's 89%. It's 89% silica, the most important trace element on the earth. Without silica, we wouldn't exist. And the other 11% is all the other minerals.
Wow. And where can you get this from?
You can get it from, I got mine from thepowerhour.com with Joel Schreiber, but you can get it from earthworkshealth.com. It's $10. No, it's $14 for 10 pounds, plus shipping.
They used to use it with nitroglycerin to make dynamite.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you put in your lemonade or whatever, you take a teaspoon or tablespoon of that stuff, and you'll have energy all day long, man. You'll have energy from God's dirt, J-Man.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that's what Occupy Wall Street, because I tell you what, if you get up and take a big tablespoon of that in the morning,
you don't need no weed then, huh?
The whole day.
Well, I imagine it absorbs all the toxins out of your body.
Yeah, it'll even get radiation, toxins, heavy metals out of your system. Cleans your colon out in 3 months. And plus, my hair's growing back. My daughter's a hairstylist, so she confirmed it. It's good for your hair, skin, and nails. My daughter's 29. She doesn't have cramps and bloating anymore when she's on her menstrual cycle.
From eating dirt?
From eating, well, the God's dirt's the nickname. Diatomaceous earth is a scientific name. It's freshwater, pristine, fossil shell deposits. It's fossil shells. They're called diatoms. They work mechanically.
They're microscopic animal life that shells. They're very small. They're smaller than creations and stuff. They're a very small animal life that
if you look at them under a microscope, if you look at them under a microscope, they look like Czech cereal.
But who needs weed when you have dirt, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what you're doing is you're drinking Mother Earth. Come on, you're drinking the earth. You know, you're putting the earth in your body. And I believe what it does is it reactivates your immune system, and it reactivates all your glands in your body, too. And there's a spiritual thing about it, too. When you get 10 pounds of it and take it, you want to give it away to everybody.
Yeah. I had a bit of a similar experience today. I went to the spring that Steve and Fire Chick put me on that they sort of found through the week. And I drank some of that, and I felt really quite like it was like, I don't know, it was weird to explain really. But Steve, you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I do. It's very. It just comes out of the rocks, Steve. You know, it's like a natural spring, and in that you've got all your colloidal silvers, all the stuff you've just been talking about, probably, and it's got a coldness about it that's it's almost crystalline cold, if you know what I'm saying. And whenever I drink it, I just see these blue sort of, flashes of light coming out of the top of my head. And the energy that it gives you is not like water, like water you drink from the faucet. It's just dead. This stuff is, like you say, you're drinking Mother Earth. So you're getting a full female energy sort of surge of. It is quite tricky to explain, but it definitely, it's like an energy drink that doesn't give you kind of physical energy, if you like. It gives you more of a sort of a visualization of energy, if that makes any sense.
It's sort of tingly, isn't it?
It's very tingly, and it's very. Did you find it was very cold, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a different coldness, hasn't it? And it's sort of not like drinking ice water when you sort of like get a headache. Do you know when you drink something too cold too quick? Like if you drink this really quickly, it doesn't give you that sort of headache kind of cold feeling. It gives you. It's actually warming you, although it's very cold. If that makes any.
Did you see the other two places in the hill there?
Yeah.
So when after the thaw, in sort of early spring, when all that sort of comes, that is going to be absolutely amazing coming out of there.
I know, yeah. Yeah, well, the first time we saw it, that was actually quite active, that part, but it's actually dried up a lot. And yeah, we reckon that in the spring, because we'll be visiting it every sort of other week. Because that's now our water supply. We collect water from there now and drink it as much as we can. Quite amazing place.
And the actual place, it looks like there used to be sort of a well there, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, that round structure next to where the sort of little dwarf wall is definitely a well, isn't it? That's definitely a shape of well, and it's built in the same way. Obviously, it's filled up with silt, because it became unmanaged, didn't it? Because running water was piped through pipes instead of it being collected like that sort of thing. I mean, that structure is probably from 1900s at least, the last century, the start of last century.
Yeah. And a bit further down there, the pub, there's like a manhole cover there, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, that thing coming out the side of the wall is actually the river that runs off it. So I wouldn't drink that because that's come through a lot of shit before it gets to that.
Yeah. The show is about to end. So good.
Yeah, well done, Jay. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
And that's recording the end bit. So well done, Jay.
Yeah. Yes, that was very good.
Good, Jay.
I didn't think I could do it.
No, you've done well. Done very well. What we'll do is we'll get that next year and we'll chop it up a bit. We'll cut the, top and tail it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick it on. Do you want to put it on the Type1 YouTube page or?
Yeah.
That's
what we should do. Yeah. Type1. Mm-hmm. Make a tape on YouTube.
And
we can also do
a. Do you want to make a little tune, sort of just a?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's what you do.
Just pink noise. Yeah.
Oh, you got words. You got
just a pink noise, mate.
You got my voice in a different modulation you never heard before.
I was quite worried about that actually, but you done brilliant, Jay. That was fantastic. I mean, you could do it with a female voice, but that was good enough for me. Yeah, that sounded real good.
Yeah, because I didn't think I could do it. I usually don't have the patience to attempt it, but I tried.
Yeah. It was nice to just sit for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just.
Yeah, it was like it was like being in a vacuum.
Yeah, because I meditate quite a lot, but I don't always get it because of where I live is very. I've got a sort of dentist next to me, if you like. Not a major one, but it's major enough, for sort of cars going by, although this time of night's not too bad. But I've got a goddamn dog 2 doors down that goes out to do his business at the exact time, sort of thing, you know. And but I managed to hang in there, and like the only thing I had was the bloop that came up when you got even. But
yeah, it was weird at the end when you were finishing and that wave just hit you. It hit you like you can definitely notice that it hit you. Like somebody threw a energy ball and it just hit you, and then you were lightheaded. But it was so strange that I seen Anubis just like he was right there in my, what's it, my third eye?
Yeah, right in front of you.
Yeah, he was right there.
Excellent. So, should we?
I also have an idea what another reason why Anubis showed up for you.
Why?
Because you probably got Syrian genetics.
Yes, that'll work.
I mean, I was trying hard to look at the white, the Greek god and goddess. I was trying, but he just was not having it. He made a presence, and there was a female version there, but she didn't come through that strong. He was like right there. He took over everything.
See, I got the opposite of that. I got more of the female and less the male. Isn't that
wow.
Well, that's because
all my female
to balance your energy. You look for the opposite balance.
Okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
When I was saying earlier that my figures weren't fully forming, the female had, but the male hadn't.
Yeah, mine was the opposite.
Right.
Well,
did you get that neck? Did you get that neck with the 2 plinths in?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite good, eh?
And
I'm glad you got that.
There was there was a breeze of some sort that was.
Yes, there was. Yeah, there was a wafting for sure of toes.
Yeah.
Excellent. But my figures were definitely stone though. I can pretty much.
Hello.
Steve. My figures were stone.
You're still here, Stephen.
But they were stone that had cloth on them, had clothes on them. Isn't that bizarre?
They were live when I was seeing them, particularly when we were giving them the energy. So,
no, mine were just. I didn't see mine as alive at all, but they were filling up with gold light. They were changing from a sort of grey colour to a sandy gold colour.
Yeah, I just seen gold. It looked like a honeycomb beehive, just in gold. It was like a deep gold.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow, that was an experience. I didn't expect that, Jay, at all.
Oh.
And you want to know, the actual meditation only lasted 15 minutes. With the long breaks too.
Yeah, it was very, very handleable. That's a word. It was quite easy to do. Yeah, it was very. Because I've done your exercises a couple of times and a few times, and again I put this down to where I live. It's quite noisy. That I couldn't, really visualize. And I also had a lot of things going on in my mind. So I couldn't do this. I mean, you told me to have a glass of wine before, and I thought that was a great advice, just to help relax sort of thing. But today it was fine. Wearing the headphones, I think,
and that was strange how we all didn't know, and we all seen you men seen the woman stronger, and as a woman, I seen the male figure stronger. So that's kind of, confirming that what we experienced was, real.
Yeah, well, we seek to balance ourselves.
Right. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, yeah.
So the the tulpas, are they called tulpas?
Hmm?
Yeah.
They're tulpas when you're just creating them for yourself. But when you create them as a group, they're called a group gesalt.
Okay. Well, they're the same thing, they're the same entity that we're all seeing, but because we're seeing them from different perspectives,
From our own.
they're appearing to us individually, yeah?
Yes, and when they appear, the most people have a concept of an archetype, whatever they feel an archetype, it'll appear to them as that. More like it's like a person that changed.
And that's
to
like
match the person.
it made sense, like Anubis. You told me, now you think Anubis, is the protector of the protector, the underworld.
Yeah.
So, wow.
As long as they're messengers of truth, justice, that's good with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, Carla, that's Steve. We'll get that out on YouTube, and when there's enough, when it gets enough energy in motion, it'll stop all wars instantly.
Yay.
And it'll also stop.
Yay.
It'll also stop all the ability for police to arrest people too, because that would be considered an aggressive act.
Yeah, man. And look, go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead.
Hey, well, it sounds like you're starting a war of love. That's a good thing, right?
Well, not actually a war. We just won't let them war.
Well, I mean that as a play on words instead of a war of the God of war of this earth, and it's a war of love. We're going to love you to life.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to love you, even though you want to destroy us. We're still going to love you.
Instead of a war of love, it's a peace of love.
No, that's important. That's important what you just said there, Steve. We have to, we can't hate anyone for causing banks to crash and famines and stuff like that. We've got to, because these people don't have enough love in their life, and they need it. They need it to be given because,
everyone needs love, especially the ones that were abused. And you got to remember, all those of the New World Order were abused as kids.
Absolutely, yeah.
That they need it worse than any of us.
Yeah.
You're right about that. We got to have mercy on them.
That's why it only runs and uses them. It just makes them forget what we're going to do, and their mind wanders.
When you were talking about, in the meditation, when you were talking about us being all divine beings, yeah?
Yeah, we are divine.
Yeah. I got this feeling that instead of divine beings, we're all just divine being.
Yeah.
Yeah? So we are the divine being.
The total of us is the divine being.
Yeah.
But we can use it in plural too. That's like being able, certain words you're able to use the same word for plural.
Yeah.
We're one of many.
And many of one.
And many of one.
Yeah.
Amen.
I think I sort of mentioned it yesterday that we are Sophia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she lives not only through herself, the planet, but also
she lives through us as well.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And everything else, trees and snakes and tigers and bugs and...
Well, I put it on all. That's why I put on the entire collective. The entire collective is all that's formed. Even the lower creatures have intelligence and rights. you can't stop all aggressive behavior with animals, and people need to eat, but it's the attitude that they have when they're eating. If they're eating out of necessity and not wanting killing and stuff like that, in order to make a buck, it won't interfere because that's natural. That's of the natural order right now. But yes.
Oh, I just had a quick thought that just ran through my head. Out of curiosity, how many of you guys? I believe, I don't know how many of you guys, that the world right now is expanding, and Mother Earth, she's about to graduate and become a star. Anybody else feel like that? I think she's going to graduate. I think they're giving her. It's never happened before, and they're giving her. She's been put through so much. They're allowing her to graduate, and we can either get on board and ourselves graduate, or we're going to be left behind.
Well, but what I get from it, no one's going to be left behind.
What I mean is that she's going to turn into. We're either going. Where people are going to go into the 5 and 6D, or there's some people who aren't going to make it to 5, or they're going to have to do this over again somewhere else. That's what I mean.
Well, there's always choice. Now, the ones that don't want to go 5 and 6D yet because they're not ready to, won't.
But do you believe that she's becoming a star?
There's a possibility. I'll leave it as a probability. But I didn't ask her, so I wouldn't know for sure.
Does that mean she's going to be a blazing star, and if we're on the Earth, we'll be burned up, or what?
It's going to be, well, just like the sun. The sun is a star, and it's not hot. It's just energy. It's just a whole cosmic of energy.
Yeah.
It's a misconception that the sun is hot.
We've just turned to plasma.
We just went through a time. We just went through a timeline shift Friday.
As Judy says, all things that glow aren't hot.
Yeah.
Right on.
John Hutchison, yeah, man. That's right. I think we're going to go plasma, myself.
Well, I mean, 5G isn't it's not the same as Earth. You know, it's like it's a whole different world. So if she turns into a star, it wouldn't affect us. I mean, it's a whole different world.
It wouldn't affect our spirit. It would affect our physical being, but not a spiritual being.
Yes, we're still spirit.
A spiritual being will be kept in a different sort of vessel, if you like.
Well, actually...
No, you have a spiritual a body. In the astral, you are just as physical as you are here. You feel there, even though you're not solid. You feel solid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What will happen is, if you shift with her, you won't even notice it.
You won't even notice it.
Right.
No, you won't notice any abrupt changes or anything. It'll just seem like everything's gotten better.
Because there's, like me, I had this conversation with Jay. There's beings, there's souls and spirits on the sun. That's why the sun is so bright.
Yeah, there are
souls.
But most entities that live on stars and stuff like that are 60 level or above.
Yeah, they're high.
Mm.
They're not even in the concept of us.
Well, that's what the 12 stages of the Book of the Dead's about, isn't it? Become a planet, becoming a light.
Well, eventually that's what we'll become, is planet, then stars, then...
Yes,
Yeah, I know. Is that what you mean, Rita? Because actually, I've actually been led to believe that you walk through a series of doors, and if you get to the last door on the skates, you can either look back and go back, or you can continue through the door and become a planet, an entity, a light, a star.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like doors, but there's a definitely...
Well, metaphorical doors.
Yes.
Yes,
but in each
all it is a decision.
Yes, in each stage there is an initiation, not like a Masonic initiation, but there's things that you have to learn to go to the next, each stage.
Yes.
Then once you learn it, you have a choice.
Yes.
You either look back or go ahead,
Myself, I can remember being number of star systems like just the Pleiades. I've been to Sirius, Arcturus, a couple that I don't even know the names of. They look more like insect creatures of some sort. Our genes here, we're a gene pool, basically, and our genes are the most sought after in the universe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
The
because we
genome
have
is the
it
most
from
thing the
everybody.
Archons want.
See, after you get out of the third dimension, the only thing of value is genetics is the value because genetics dictate what you can do without the technology.
Mm.
And Jay, maybe you could tell us about just a little bit quickly about your Atlantean experience.
I was high priest just before the breakup of the island. I knew it was going to break up. I learned how to make the crystal, and I wore a 7-tiered crown.
What did you look like? What did you look like physically?
Oh shoot! I think I was about a little over 9 feet in height.
Were you human or were you like a mixture of something?
Well, humans look human. They just look like big humans.
Oh, okay. Because you know how they talk about the reptilians and the Anunnaki. I was wondering if it was anything like that, or if they,
No, they were most of the race that were in Atlantis were actually came from Lemuria, and most of them were Lyran and Fairy. And Lyran and Fairy, and the Lyran is the basic stock, human stock. What happened is that the Anunnaki came in Syria. I'm getting a reflection.
Yeah. Some folks say another page or something.
Wow.
I like an echo.
Yeah, somebody doesn't want to talk. Want you talking about?
We're getting an echo off my voice, I think.
It just came all of a sudden.
Here, let me turn it down a little, the volume. See if that's it. Is that better?
It's still a delay there.
It's still good.
I thought they were delayed.
I'm getting a reflection.
I can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it too.
It's come from your stereo.
Who, mine?
I
guess
you're talking back to yourself, man.
Yeah, how about that?
I don't know how. I have the earphones in.
No, I'm getting an echo off of Sonic's.
Oh.
It's reflecting from his. From
Yeah, that's better. There's no echo now, yeah.
They're not
it's
doing
good
it now.
No, yeah.
He must.
So, Jay, did you die in Atlanta then?
Most likely.
Yeah. Did you not get out in time? Do you go along with the idea that half of Atlantis went right to Egypt and the other half went left to the States and formed the American Indian?
A lot of them left the planet.
Yeah, I thought.
I
felt that they left the planet.
Right. Okay. Well, there's a theory that half of them went to Egypt. The ones that sort of saw it coming went to Egypt to higher ground and to what's now the United States, because obviously the land masses were closer together in those days, without the seas being there, without the oceans being there, rather. Do you go along with that?
Well,
some stayed on the planet.
I think some graduated. They left the planet, but they didn't leave in spaceships. I felt like they graduated.
Well, some left in ships, too.
Yeah, I heard somebody talking. The American Indians were not the first people in the North American continent. There was people more ancient than them before they came here.
Really? They have us believing, and they have us believing that on the North America, like in the United States, it was just Indians, and then Columbus came over, and then white people. No, it had Indians and blacks.
And they also have giants.
It's strange that they think everybody came over in slave ships. Could you imagine?
Yeah,
they brought people over, they died.
That's
half
true,
of them.
yeah.
There was black people already here.
There's some big rock carvings.
I've looked into that. Yeah, I looked into that. You got the red man, but you got black Indians too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Graham Hancock's, you familiar with his work? He shows these great big carved heads that are
the Olmec. The Olmec.
Mexico. Yeah. That's yeah. And they're black. They're African.
Those are on Mars. Those pictures of the heads of the Olmec is what's on Mars.
What the Cydonia thing?
Yeah, Richard Hoagland says it looks like R2D2 from Star Wars. No, if you look at that picture, it looks like an Olmec head with the helmet on, the nose, and everything.
Wow.
Some people say there's still people living on Mars right now.
There is. There's people on the moon.
That's all
you can actually see the buildings and the towns and stuff.
Excuse me for a moment. I got to take a bathroom break.